guys, I've got a confession to make. Chicken is really easy. So we get these organic, skinless thighs from Costco. I don't know if they're free range. I doubt they are. But you know, with a big family, we do what we can. As I said, don't let perfection be the enemy of good. Okay. So this is what we start off with. This is why it's so easy. All I add are seasonings. If I want a Cajun flavor, I'll use blackened seasoning. You can go fancy and have chicken provençal. Okay, just by adding these seasonings in to the chicken. Okay, and what I typically do is I do add those in as part of a marinade, set them aside in the fridge for overnight before I actually cook it to let those flavors seep. In addition to that, adding things like lemon zest or you know, orange zest into that you know, chicken really sets it apart, as well as the juice. In fact, what are we going to do tonight? We're going to do we'll do an Italian herb chicken. Okay, so what that means is I'll use some garlic, okay, a little bit of lemon juice, some Italian herbs, and you know, zest a little bit of lemon in there, and that'll be the chicken for later on this week or to have for lunch and things like that. Okay, so that's how easy chicken is. So let's get started. So essentially I'm going to use the same technique that I used for the chicken that I cooked on Sunday night. The chicken I carved off the bones and broke down. The difference was with the chicken that I broke down myself that had chicken fat on it, some really good stuff. That's what we're using for frying this chicken in. But I did finish that off in the oven, and the reason being is that those pieces were quite a bit thicker than this. So the oven comes really handy if you're going to use you know, thicker pieces of chicken with fat and everything on it. But same process, you want to get a good sear on there, then move it to the oven at about 375 and continue cooking in there for about 20 minutes, and it'll be great. So it's been about a couple of minutes now, so I'm going to flip this over and see how it's turned out. That's kind of what I'm looking for, is that little bit of brown going on there to get that going on the other. But, what we're going to do to finish this off is throw a little bit more seasoning on there. So if you're having this for dinner right away, you know, this is going to help really make an impact when you bring it out. You can smell those herbs and everything like that. You can whack a little bit more lemon zest on there. So once again, all aromatics that are going to make that chicken sing when you bring it out to the table. Okay. And as I said, this is very similar to what I did with the chicken that I broke down on Sunday night. And then we'll throw a little bit of finishing salt. And the finishing salt tends to be a little bit bigger salt. This one here is a salt that a friend of my wife's gave her for Christmas. It's got infused with black olives. So it's not something we have all the time, but we've been quite enjoying it. So a little bit of finishing salt to put on there. It's going to give a little bit of a salty crunch to it. But it's typically, these are salts you add right before you serve. Essentially, yeah, that's how I treat chicken. You can add your own herbs, things like that in. Spices, if I was going to make chicken fajitas, I would use some cumin, garlic, and chili powder to season that chicken, and maybe a little bit of oregano and some lime juice or lime zest. That would be awesome. So there's all kinds of things you do. The basic cooking technique's pretty similar, but that is pan frying chicken.